I mean, if you like that, I mean, the second half will be equally good, I would say. And I think what we heard from Helios and NitroCap, I think an idea is important, but that will never kind of help the energy transition. I think we need to actually commercialize and develop and nurture that idea to a real product that makes impact, and that is actually what it's all about. And let's have a look at the timeline for Startup for Climate anno 2023. It's you can see that the timeline is shaped like a smile, like a happy face, which I really enjoy. And we starting off on a high note. The big smile is today when we open up the event. We have having about 3 months, almost 3 months for until the deadline of the submission is. And I encourage you, based on reviewing, I would say 100 and 150 or maybe close to 200 applications during the course of the years, that don't wait until the last day or the last hour. Do it before you're drinking your pina coladas during the summer. Do it before you go on vacation. And then we're having an vote for the best one. So here's again, spread the words. Go to your loved ones, your friends, your family, your dog walker, and ask them to vote on your contribution, your idea, your innovation. And the voting closes in end of September, so the September 24th, so almost a month. Then I was actually it's on the bottom of the curve. I would actually say it's on work-wise, it's a lot of work. Fun-wise, it's a lot of fun, and that is when we getting the group from the Things experts, the Godel experts, and my innovation team to really scrutinize, challenge, listen, thinking, reflecting who the shortlist should be. And some years we have had 15 solid ones. I mean, in Swedish, bra skit. I mean, really good. Some years we have had 3 ones that are really good. And so again, it can be, it depending on what year you're competing for. But this year, I think we're having really good. No matter what, selecting this shortlist is extremely fun and hard and difficult. But we're going to have total of 8 finalists that are going to meet the jury, and they are as bad as they look like, I must say. They are a key part of the event, and you need to be able to charm them. Listen to the advice what we heard from Helios. Be personal, be authentic, and then I think you need to understand the criteria, how they select a winner. So we're going to select 7 in the shortlist, and 1 is qualified directly through the people's vote. And the event, a big funny event, is going to be November 15. So it's a long journey, but don't wait until you apply. That's the key message. So who is it for? So if you work for a big Swedish corporation that has been around for hundreds of years, should you apply? No, it's not for everyone. And we'll come into that later on, as you can see. So we want to actually has said that the innovation, we need to find those ideas that promote the switch, the transition from the current engine transport system to something new, different, smarter, more efficient, that really can make an impact, that really helps us. So that is the criteria, and it's pretty broad. We know that, and we have put that broad spectrum with an intention, because we don't know what we're looking for except for help this. So there are many silver bullets out there. We listened to 2 of them just 10 minutes ago. So think about that. If you can solve this, and if you have a product, a solution, a service, please apply. And 3 main criteria that you need to fulfill. It needs to be a Swedish AB, aktiebolag, that conduct business in Sweden, or actually if you have business activities elsewhere as well, but a Swedish AB is a requirement. No more than 49 employees, so it should be a fairly small company, and it should be listed, publicly listed. pretty important. And I kind of skipped the carrot slide in the previous one. So why should you compete except for actually getting the network, the experience, and meeting a lot of new, hopefully, friends or colleagues? I think you should apply because it's 2 million Swedish crowns in prize money that is going to be divided by for 2 winners. And our intention here is that we want to really contribute with a substantial prize or a sum of 1 million each that can actually help with your pilot projects or commercial activities that we heard from the winners before. I think so. It's a lot of money on stake, but again, coaching, the value is maybe in the know-how, in the expertise. And then the third one, I remember, I think I attended my first Things event, I think 4 years ago. And we're also gonna add the cherry on the cake will be the Things membership. And this is kind of what is the value of that? And I think that is the value that you put into it, because you're gonna meet like-minded people. You can actually attend events. You can share. You can have a working space. And actually, I met one of our partners now, eWays, that are working with our EV charging. I met them at an event 4 years ago when we had a mobility session. Super cool. So it's very helpful for sure. And then you maybe wonder, should you be a young male in the 30s, attractive? No, I mean, we encourage diverse applicants, or from a diverse perspective. So if you're a female, if you're an old timer, maybe you retired 5 years ago, but you have a cool idea, apply. We don't have like a stereotyping that innovator should be this and this. We encourage everyone to apply. And looking back, we have had a lot of fantastic people, more on the male side. We encourage the female audience also to apply, or if you know any smart woman or man out there, please encourage them to apply. So what's the criteria? How are we going to win this, Anna?
That's a very good question. So basically, you mentioned the basic criteria. But once you have joined the challenge and you've submitted your innovation, it will be judged on a set of different criteria, and it's basically how well it meets these ones that we are viewing right now on the screen. So the first one, and perhaps one of the main ones, is the climate impact. And then it could be, for example, okay, how does it lead to a reduction of greenhouse gas emissions? Or could it potentially reduce or make energy use more efficient? Or could it also create behavior change that then lead to sustainable consumption, or behavior change that leads to a reduction of greenhouse gas emissions? This is a very important one for us, that you can sort of speak for the climate impact of your innovation. And then, of course, some more common ones, it's the doability, self-explanatory, and then, of course, whether it's profitable or not, how unique it is, that is how it differs from ideas that are already out there on the market. And this last one, as we heard from Jonathan, is the heart, basically. And the heart is this unofficial criterion that is basically only what the jury feels. What is their emotional response to your project? So that is a bit of a joker, but it's pretty important historically in this competition. And also, I would like to stress that what is considered the energy transition is very, very broad. So this is not exclusively a tech challenge. As long as you can make a case for your innovation being important to the energy transition, then you are very welcome to join. Previous years, we've had projects regarding apps and gamification for behavior change. We had one contestant that were growing hemp to create like a climate neutral building insulation material, and many others. So it doesn't have to be techie. Just if you are in doubt, just go for it, because it's a very quick submission as well. So the submission. I'm not going to dwell on this too much, because this is basically the submission form, but just to give you an idea, this is what we ask of you in the submission form. It's basically 5 or 6 questions, and that's it. And yeah, what we want to let you know here is like it's not something that you have to put days of work into. The idea is that it should be pretty quick and pretty easy, because we'll have plenty of other things to do. And yeah, the challenge closes for submissions on August 20, and these are basically all the questions that you need to answer. And as Chris also mentioned, following this submission phase, we will open this new and improved People's Vote, which is then a 4-week period when the people will have the opportunity to vote for their favorite innovation. And then that company will be basically catapulted onto the shortlist. Last year, we had around 4,000 individual votes that were cast in only 2 weeks. And then the winner, of course, was added to the shortlist without even being scrutinized by us and by the team at Things. So it's definitely worth spreading the word, is our sound advice. Chris.
Yes, so I mentioned briefly about the jury. You may have seen the faces. Some are very familiar. We have an expert jury, I would say. I met them a couple of times, and every time I learned something new. And the lineup is Stefan Krok, who is the man, the myth, the legend behind Godel, Good Cause, but also Kivra and GlocalNet and many more companies. Also, he is at the board of Flower, which is another company that won the second year's Startup for Climate Innovation contest. Johan Lindehag, the CEO of Ellevio, my boss, so I need to say something nice about him. He's a nice guy. Now, he's a true energy whiz, know everything about the infrastructure and how to kind of scale up a large company, I would say. Jane Valerud, serial entrepreneur, angel investor, been involved in several different journeys for companies like Klarna, Lensway. I'm using lenses from Lensway now, actually. Then a very smart, energetic professor, Lina Berting Tjernberg, professor and director of the energy platform at the Royal Institute of Technology here in Stockholm. You've probably seen her on many different panels and stages and in media articles. Johanna Mossberg, Vice President of the Biorefinery and Energy at RISE, Research Institute of Sweden. So we're having a very kind of broad set of techie angel investors, energy, electricity system, grid CEO. So I mean, it's a diverse jury, I would say. And of course, what I think is a beauty is that you have 3 hours of coaching with these brains as well if you are selected the winner.